This is a Rhogenesis Source Reading. Public domain ancient and sacred texts read chapter by chapter as source material for later motif mapping and interpretation. Today's reading is from Beowulf, Modern English, Francis B. Gummere, 1910, IX. Me thus often the evil monsters, thronging threatened, with thrust of my sword. The darling, I dealt them due return. Nowise had they bliss from their booty then, to devour their victim vengeful creatures, seated to banquet at bottom of sea. But at break of day, by my brand sore hurt, on the edge of ocean up they lay, put to sleep by the sword, and since, by them, on the fathomless seaway sailor folk, are never molested. Light from east came bright God's beacon, the billows sank, so that I saw the sea cliffs high, windy walls, for weird oft saveth, earl undoomed if he doughty be. And so it came that I killed with my sword 9 of the nicors of night-fought battles. Ne'er heard I a harder 'neath heaven's dome, nor adrift on the deep a more desolate man. Yet I came unharmed from that hostile clutch. Though spent with swimming, the sea upbore me. Flood of the tide on Finnish land, the welling waters, no wise of thee. Have I heard men tell such terror of falchions? Bitter battle, Breca, ne'er yet. Not one of you pair, in the play of war, such daring deed has done at all. With bloody brand, I boast not of it, though thou wast the bane of thy brethren dear, thy closest kin, whence curse of hell awaits thee, well as thy wit may serve. For I say in sooth, thou son of Ecglaf, never had Grendel these grim deeds wrought. Monster dire, on thy master dear, in Heorot such havoc, if heart of thine were as battle bold as thy boast is loud. But he has found no feud will happen from sword clash dread of your Danish clan. He vaunts him safe from the victor Scyldings. He forces pledges, favours none of the land of Danes, but lustily murders. Fights and feasts, nor feud he dreads from spear Dane men, but speedily now shall I prove him the prowess and pride of the Geats? Shall bid him battle, blithe to mead. Go he that listeth when light of dawn, this morrow morning, O men of earth, ether-robed sun from the south shall beam. Joyous then was the jewel-giver, hoar-haired, war-brave, help awaited. The bright Dane's prince, from Beowulf hearing, folk's good shepherd, such firm resolve. Then was laughter of liegemen loud resounding. With winsome words came Wealhtheow forth, Queen of Hrothgar, heedful of courtesy, gold-decked, greeting the guests in hall. And the high-born lady handed the cup first to the East Danes' heir and warden, bade him be blithe at the beer carouse. The land's beloved one, lustily took he banquet and beaker, battle-famed king. Through the hall then went the helmings lady, to younger and older everywhere, carried the cup till come the moment when the ring-graced queen, the royal-hearted, to Beowulf bore the beaker of mead. She greeted the Geats' lord, God she thanked. In wisdom's words, that her will was granted, that at last on a hero her hope could lean. For comfort in terrors, the cup he took, hardy in war, from Wealhtheow's hand, and answer uttered the eager for combat. Beowulf spake, bairn of Ecgtheow, mayst. This was my thought, when my thanes and I bent to the ocean and entered our boat, that I would work the will of your people, fully, or fighting fall in death. In fiend's gripe fast, I am firm to do an earl's brave deed, or end the days of this life of mine in the mead hall here. Well, these words to the woman seemed Beowulf's battle boast, bright with gold. The stately dame by her spouse sat down. Again, as erst, began in hall warriors' wassail and words of power. The proud bands revel, till presently the son of Hilfdene hastened to seek rest for the night. He knew there waited fight for the fiend in that festal hall. When the sheen of the sun they saw no more, and dusk of night sank darkling nigh, and shadowy shapes came striding on. One under welkin, the warriors rose. Man to man, he made harangue. Hrothgar to Beowulf bade him hail. Let him wield the wine-hall. A word he added, Muth. Never to any man erst I trusted, since I could heave up hand and shield this noble Dane hall, till now to thee. Have now, and hold this house unpeered. Remember thy glory, thy might declare. Watch for the foe, no wish shall fail thee, if thou bidest the battle with bold won life. This reading now enters the Rhogenesis Source archive. Later, we will return to it to trace its motifs, symbols, and recurring questions across other traditions. For now, the source has spoken. The source returns first. Meaning follows. Thank you for listening. If something in this reading stayed with you, a motif, a symbol, or a question, feel free to share it in the comments. And if this reading resonated, leaving a like helps signal what is worth continuing to explore. If you're interested in public domain ancient and sacred texts, you can subscribe to follow future readings, released chapter by chapter.